This is Tina from TinaHeals.com. If you don't know me, I suggest a Google. That's the best way to get to read my work and my blogs. By the way, my astrology blog has been rated as one of the best 100 online. So please don't miss it. Sorry. Do catch that, and let's get straight to the topic of discussion. So what am I discussing today? I am discussing astrological personalities based on astrological archetypes. And I am dealing primarily with the sun sign and the moon sign. Now in astrology, the sun sign is our exterior self, and the moon sign is our emotional body or emotional self, okay? Our emotions, our deep feelings, right? Now, if you look at someone's sun sign, then you don't really get the whole idea of who they are. And why is that? It's because the sun sign represents what they want to put out there in the world, not necessarily who they are inside. So I suggest, if you want to really know someone deeply, as in what makes up their emotional body, then know about their moon sign. If you want to explore yourself, then rush on to Google after the video, of course, and after you've subscribed. But check out how to find your moon sign. If you're a neophyte or a newcomer, then please don't forget to check your moon sign. Because based on that, will you understand the archetypes you are presented with in your emotional life, and how you emote, how you express emotions, how you receive emotions, all that will be clear. And without truly understanding your emotional self, you will not be aware of your deepest feelings, and you will just be putting out stuff in the world haphazardly from that energy, because archetypes are all about acknowledging, understanding, assimilating, integrating and purging. You know, that's what archetypes are here for. We work through them and we learn the lessons that we have to, and then we move on and we purge whatever remains, that whatever's unnecessary. So in this video, I will emphasize on the Gemini moon sign in combination with Virgo sun. So if you see you're a Virgo sun and you've got your moon in Gemini, this is the place for you, and you will discover little parts of yourself hopefully here. Now, in my opinion, the moon is in her most uncomfortable situation or scenario in Gemini. The moon is known to be in her detriment in Capricorn, which is her opposing sign. She rules Cancer, and Capricorn is the polar axis to Cancer, so she's in her fall, in her detriment there. And even in Scorpio, she is challenged. But Scorpio is still about feelings, deep, murky, unconscious feelings, but still about feelings. Whereas Gemini is not so comfortable with feelings, all right? And Gemini is all about communication. It is ruled by Mercury after all. So the moon is not comfortable. The moon wants to feel, the moon wants to connect, the moon wants to touch, the moon wants security, and Gemini just wants to express life through words, or through words predominantly, okay? That's their forte, or speaking. They're very talkative, and they need to constantly verbalize about every little detail. If they wear a dress, they have to, describe that dress to their best friend or to themselves. So if they went at party, they're going to describe each and every detail, and sometimes they add false memories more than necessary to make the narrative interesting. Because, false memories do exist. We all tend to accumulate false memories. But with Gemini, the need to, express and maybe add on to the story is quite strong. I have seen this with Gemini, and especially if you have a Leo sun, then you can really add to the story and add fire to the fuel to the fire, so to speak. So be mindful of that. Dubiousness, being a duplicist. Sometimes Gemini is accused of being a duplicist and never being able to decide. Virgo hates that energy because it's absolutely the very antithesis of Virgo. Virgo likes planning. Virgo likes really sitting down in one place and serving. And Gemini is like all over the place, just communicating, making fun, making jokes, and arousing this one's attention, getting this one's making this one laugh, cracking jokes here, cracking jokes there. So this is not something Virgo does. Virgo is feminine, Gemini is masculine, air. Virgo feminine, earth, the sixth house, service based. Virgo likes to serve. Virgo finds her purpose in life by serving. It also has a very intimate connection with the body that Geminis oftentimes ignore because they're so much of air and so quick and so forward that for them to really sit down and listen to what the body has to say is problematic. Geminis are not good listeners. Virgos are, on the contrary. So there is this dual play of energies here that you can really work with and harmonize and balance and really bring together in a beautiful, holistic way. Because if you feel the need to communicate and you can really bring that into your everyday life, then you can really flourish, because Virgo likes to take care of details. So that can really complement the Gemini energy, which likes to communicate. So writing and really writing novels or writing some sort of, health book is very good here, because Virgo likes to explore things that have to do with health. They're very sturdy and they like little things to be done for them, and they like little things in life generally, because Virgo is about little things and they're very nimble with the fingers. So communicating, and you could be like very nimble with the fingers, and you could, maybe even be a photographer with this. Okay. I have seen some very good Virgo photographers actually, because they are so methodical that to really take that picture is not only that one moment when the click happens, but you really have to work on ISOs, on the lights, on your exposure, on so many things. You've got to get the right lens. You've got to really learn. Now Gemini is very quick with learning if the Virgo tenacity and the Virgo earthy energy is brought to focus. Remember, the moon is still your interior self, is how you feel. So internally you're all over the place. You want to be here, you want to be there, you want to go here, you want to talk to them, you want to do this, you want to do that. But here you have a Virgo sun, which is putting out a more composed, a more disciplined, a more balanced face, persona, so to say. Frida Fordham, a Jungian scholar, spoke about the persona, which is the mask we wear. We all wear masks in society. Everything is a mask. So all the archetypes are also masks that we wear, because all our planets are in the 12 signs. So a bit of every single archetype we have to work through. And don't forget, even if there is no particular planet in one house, you still have to work through the energy of that house and to understand, explore, assimilate, integrate. So with Gemini, nothing is in stasis. Everything is in movement. Okay, flux, movement, communication, moving from place to place, short distance travel. Virgo more likes to, be grounded. So use the polarity and find balance. Because ultimately with Gemini, you could have a lot of dual thoughts. You could have fragments of your psyche. But with Virgo discipline, you can really correct all that. Just be aware that the Virgo energy can be very critical. of self and of others. And so if you're communicating all the time and being critical of people, that might not be received well. Or if you're always in this toxic conversation with yourself and you're caught in the self-sabotage pattern and you're just going around and round doing the same thing. So Virgo in its lower manifestation can be extremely critical, extremely judgmental. Be mindful of that. And if you do integrate them, then you've got a gorgeous thing going. Communicate, write that novel, write that health book, write that thing that's really practical that people can have. Write that blog, that DIY blog that you've thought about, take that photo, what you want to express, and if there are emotions that you really need to work through and you don't know how to verbalize them, then don't bother. Sit in silence. To all Gemini moons, suns, ascendants, Gemini heavy people, silence and self-conversation will really help you balance. So I hope you like that. Be my subscriber and find me on Twitter, Instagram, and all other social media, and drop me an email if you want to consult with me privately. And thank you for being here. Thank you. Bye.